So I'm here with Stefan Müller-Hülsbeck at the VEITH 2016 Symposium, and we're discussing the Eluvia drug-eluting stent. So Stefan, can you tell us what makes the Eluvia drug-eluting stent different from other drug-eluting stents?
I think the answer is not that easy, but I try to keep it very easy and simple. With the Eluvia stent, we deal with a bare metal stent built on the so-called Innova platform from Boston Scientific in combination with a polymer. The polymer is proven in cardiology, it's a Promos polymer, and combining the polymer with a drug as paclitaxel, that makes the stent that unique. So we can control drug release over time. That means we have a sustained drug release over time, and this is probably something we need according to the cascade of restenosis, because we know the peak of restenosis will be around 12 months in the SFA, in the popliteal artery, and until 12 months we have drug available in order to beat restenosis.
And so you've presented an update on the 2-year results from the MAJESTIC trial. What's the main messages from that trial in terms of patency and reintervention?
Yeah. The main message is the low TLR rate or the high freedom from TLR rate. So we obtained a 91.3% freedom from TLR rate, and this is extraordinarily high. And if we try to convert this kind of TLR rate in clinical practice in terms of, for example, quality of life for the patients, in terms of reintervention rate, we have to say that most of the patients, more than 91% of the patients, are without any clinical symptoms or only mild clinical symptoms according to the Rutherford category 0 or 1. And I think this is really encouraging for us as physicians who treat this severely diseased patient group suffering from claudication and a lot of comorbidities.
The paclitaxel release mechanism is different when using the Eluvia. Can you explain how it works?
Probably the explanation is a little bit difficult, but as I mentioned earlier, I try to keep it simple. So if we try to compare it, for example, with Zilver PTX. Zilver PTX, I would say, is well established. The data are also very encouraging, but the major difference to the Zilver PTX stent is the fact that the Zilver PTX doesn't work with any carrier. It doesn't work with a polymer. So you have drug on the stent, and once the stent gets implanted, the drug will release in some kind of high burst drug release, and after a certain time period, I would say after 60 days, all of the drug will be gone. And when you combine a stent, a self-expanding 19-ml stent with a polymer as done with the Eluvia stent, then you can control drug release over time. And for example, with Eluvia, the stent guarantees some kind of intermediate drug release when the stent gets implanted in the vessel, in the SFA, in the popliteal artery, and then over time there's a certain decrease of the drug which is released, but over time, after 360 days, the stent, due to the fact that the polymer is available, guarantees drug release. And probably this is the concept of Eluvia, and that makes Eluvia different from Zilver PTX, and probably this is the explanation for the high primary patency data we obtained after 12 months is 96.1% or even more according to the Kaplan-Meier analysis. And this is also, I think, an explanation for the low TLR rate and the high freedom from TLR rate at 24 months.
Can you tell us about the Imperial trial and what it will be investigating?
I think Imperial will be now used to prove these first-in-man data we have obtained in 57 subjects with the MAJESTIC trial, and the Imperial trial will make a 2-to-1 comparison, meaning Eluvia against Zilver PTX worldwide. So we want to include less than 500 or close to 500 subjects worldwide, and I can say at the moment that we are close to the end of the trial. So we have nearly included all the subjects needed, especially in Europe and also in the US. And I think the earliest data we will obtain will be end 2017, early 2018. But this trial was intended to show once again that the concept combining a drug as paclitaxel with a polymer is working, is safe and efficient in terms of freedom from TLR and a high primary patency rate for the patient.
And what is the place of drug-eluting stent in your practice?
So I would say at the moment the drug-eluting stent has a high value based on the data we obtained so far. But to be honest, from the special situation we have in Germany, that means we have no reimbursement system for this, we're a little bit limited in the use of drug-eluting stents because we don't receive any reimbursement for that. But to be honest, I think this is the message of utmost importance. The treatment strategy we have so far for SFA treatment, I think with drug-eluting stent technology needs to be a little bit redefined. And probably in that manner that we have to find a treatment algorithm which starts with PTA first. That means we need an adequate lesion preparation. While we have done that, then we have to distinguish how to proceed with the patient. And if the lesion, I always say, if the lesion looks good and fine after preparation, after PTA, I think then it's the time to go ahead, for example, with drug-coated balloon technology. This is proven in many trials that this is working. But if there is a need for a stent, if we see a recoil, if we see flow-limiting dissections at different spots we have treated so far, I think this is the right way now to use drug-eluting stent technology. And I would say from this point, some years ahead, I think drug-eluting stent technology will be the standard treatment strategy we have for SFA treatment, and probably the use of bare metal stents will be limited in the future. I hope so.
Great. Thank you very much for your time, Stefan.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it also. Thank you very much.